All right, so hi, I'm C.A. Smith, and today I am discussing expanding opinions in higher education. So before I begin this whole talk, just by a show of hands, how many of y'all have gone home during a school break or something of the sort, started talking about politics, the discussion gets really heated, violent, and it just, degradates really quickly. So this anecdote is common amongst college students, and the reason is that there's social structures within post-secondary education that affect opinions and have a lasting effect over time. So in order to do this research, I had to create a theoretical framework for it. And so the theoretical framework, as you can tell, it's separated into multiple different categories. This top part definitely talks about your faculty's opinions, the administrative reinforcements, the institutional structures. The E is for the encounters with diverse opinions that people have while they're in post-secondary education. The P is for their peers' reinforcement or their perceptions of peer reinforcement. And then the O is for their opinions prior to assimilation, because you come into this structure with a lot of opinions that actually has lasting effects. So I used this in order to create a questionnaire, an interview script, a bunch of other things. And whenever I studied it, I created a factor analysis and a path model to be able to kind of see what the effects is, how serious different components of the structure actually are. So there's three large issues that come about. First of all, this perception of peer support for an opinion highly affects your eventual outcomes in your opinion. So if you perceive your friends to have a certain liberal type opinion, whether or not that is a true situation, you react in regard to that perception. So it's a huge effect, and it has both an effect on your encounters with diverse opinions as well as your overall opinions. So faculty fairness is an important concept in this because they structure this classroom setting. They make it able so that we come in contact with all these different opinions whenever they propose a concept. This discussion allows you to come in contact with more opinions than you're usually used to. So that has a serious factor for your encounters with these diverse opinions. While encounters with diverse opinions doesn't have a serious effect on your eventual outcomes, it is important for the structure of the classroom. And finally, this is going to come off as odd, but just hear me out for a second. Being African American has a negative effect on liberal opinions. I did my study in Texas, so there's a whole theme of the Southern Black church that might have an effect on it. We're not really sure, but really what we chalk this up to is opinions prior to assimilation. This homogeneous type population that race builds into us creates a structure of ideology that we bring into the system, so it has a serious effect. Now, why is all of this important? Well, because about 20 years, there's been a 15% rise in the amount of people who are going to post-secondary education. So there's more people coming in contact with this, more liberalizing effects, and thus a repeated situation where our overall democratic society changes. So I propose that this is a proper way of dealing with these opinion changes, as well as trying to figure ways that we can better present encounters with diverse opinions and things of the sort. So thank you guys for your time.